Musee. After a long day of work, I'm gonna try to ride and just find some peace in all of this crazy shit. Oh my god. You ever just had one of those days at work? Like, work can be so easy. But something so stupid makes an easy day turn into the most drawn out, aggravating. Let me calm down. Gotta calm down. Okay. Everybody, we're gonna ride home. Look at that. Y'all gonna ride with me? Y'all gonna vibe with me? Y'all gonna learn with me? Let's find out. How something so simple will drag on. It's still dragging on. Just still going. Alright, get my book ready. Okay. Are y'all ready to read a book? Hit the like button if you're ready to read a book. Otherwise, with or without you, we're going to read a book.
Freedom is self-knowledge. Free
Let me go back. Alright.
freedom. Where method is, freedom is not. The more complicated and restricted the method, the lesser the opportunity for the expression of one's original sense of freedom. Freedom cannot be preconceived. Freedom is something that cannot be preconceived. To realize freedom requires an alert mind, a mind that is deep with energy, a mind that is capable of immediate perception of the process of graduation, without the idea of an end to be slowly achieved. Pre-formations simply lack the flexibility to adapt to the ever-changing. At this point, many would ask, how then do we gain this unlimited freedom?
I got distracted.
Freedom. Where method is, freedom is not. The more complicated and restricted the method, the lesser the opportunity for the expression of one's original sense of freedom. Freedom cannot be preconceived. Freedom is something that cannot be preconceived. To realize freedom requires an alert mind, a mind that is deep with energy, a mind that is capable of immediate perception without the process of graduation, without the idea of an end to be slowly achieved. Pre-formations simply lack the flexibility to adapt to the ever-changing. At this point, many would ask, how then do we gain this unlimited freedom? I cannot tell you, because it will then become an approach. Although I can tell you what is not, I cannot tell you what is. That, my friend, you will have to find out all by yourself, for there is no help but self-help. On gaining freedom. Who says we have to gain freedom? Freedom has always been with us, and is not something to be gained at the end through following some particular formulas. We do not. We simply are. On being free. Free equals the absence of feeling of external constraint. Not free equals the absence of presence of the feeling of external constraint. Different people feel free in different ways. Therefore, it is in degree. The question should then be, how free are we? On freeing oneself. To free yourself, observe closely what you normally practice. Do not condemn or approve. Merely observe. To express in freedom. To express yourself in freedom, you must die to everything of yesterday. If you follow the classical pattern, you're not understanding the routines, the traditions. You are not understanding yourself. Things that limit freedom. There is no freedom if you are enclosed by self-interest, walls of discipline. The relationship of freedom to activity. Great freedom equals great sensitivity. Understand this freedom. The freedom from the conformity of styles. Personal expression must be free. Expression must be free. This liberating truth becomes reality only in proportion to its being experienced and lived in its suchness by the individual himself. The three keys: simplicity, directness, freedom. Freedom knows no past. To express yourself in freedom, you must die to everything of yesterday. Beyond right and wrong. There is no such thing as doing right or wrong when there is freedom. Freedom and intelligence. Real freedom is the outcome of intelligence. Knowledge. Freedom lies in understanding yourself from moment to moment.
Thank y'all for the likes.
Of becoming. Self-actualization. The second-hand artist. The conformer. The second-hand artist, in blindly following the teacher, accepts his pattern, and as a result, his action, and above all, his thinking becomes mechanical. His responses automatic, according to the pattern, and thereby he ceases to expand or to grow. He is a mechanical robot, a product of thousands of years of propaganda and conditioning. The second-hand artist seldom learns to depend upon himself for expression. Instead, he faithfully follows imposed pattern. So what is nurtured is the dependent mind rather than independent inquiry. The mirror person. A mirror person is one who always wants to know how he looks to others. Instead of being critical, he projects the criticism and feels criticized and feels on stage. The most poignant sense of insecurity comes from standing alone. We tend to have more faith in what we imitate than in what we originate. We often feel that we cannot derive a sense of absolute certitude from anything which has its roots in us. The most poignant sense of insecurity comes from standing alone. We are not alone when we imitate.
How's the audio?
Do not look for a successful personality to duplicate. When I look around, I always learn something, and that is to be always yourself and to express yourself, to have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it, which seems to me to be the prevalent thing happening in Hong Kong. Like they always copy mannerisms, but they'll never start from the very root of his being, which is How can I be me? The need to be real. In life, what more can you ask for but to be real? To fulfill one's potential instead of wasting energy on actualizing one's dissipating image, which is not real, and the expenditure of one's vital energy. We have great work ahead of us, and it needs devotion and much, much energy. Perform your own mission in life. If you look within yourself and are sure that you have done right, what do you have to fear or worry about? You are required only to perform your own mission in life without any thoughts of aggressiveness or competition.
You damn right.
Most of
And
us
mama.
see ourselves as
Yeah.
instruments in the hands of others. There is a powerful craving in most of us to see ourselves as instruments in hands of others and thus free ourselves from the responsibility for acts which are prompted by our own questionable inclinations and impulses. Both the strong and the weak grasp at this alibi. The latter hide their malevolence under the virtue of obedience. They acted dishonorably because they had to obey others. The strong, too, claim absolution by proclaiming themselves the chosen instrument of a higher power, God, history, fate, nation, or humanity.
Your mama.
Self-actualization is the highest state. This achieving the center, being grounded in oneself, is about the highest state a human being can achieve.
Say that one more time.
Self-actualization is the highest state. This achieving the center, being grounded in oneself, is about the highest state a human being can achieve. Strive to be better. One must always strive to be better. The sky's the limit. To find the way. To be on the alert means to be deadly serious. To be deadly serious means to be sincere to oneself. And it is sincerity that finally leads one to discover the way. On the light within. No matter what, you must let your inner light guide you out of the darkness. Ignorance is blind. Those who are unaware they are walking in darkness will never seek the light. The process of self-cultivation. Wishing to cultivate oneself, one first rectifies his heart, mind. Wishing to rectify his heart, one seeks to be sincere in his thoughts. Wishing to be sincere in his thoughts, one first extends to the utmost of his knowledge. Such extension of knowledge lies in the investigation of things. The statement of the self-actualized. I am what I am, here and now. Self-actualization versus self-image actualization. Yes, there is a difference between self-actualization and self-image actualization. Most people only live for their image. That is why where some have a self, a starting point, most people have a void. Because they are so busy projecting themselves as this or that, dedicating their lives to actualize a concept of what they should be like, rather than to actualize their ever-growing potentiality as a human being. Wasting, dissipating all their energy in projection and conjuring up a facade rather than centering their energy on expanding and broadening their potential or expressing and relaying this unified energy for efficient communication, etc.
Damn.
Maintaining a facade
No, he
is
didn't.
futile. The futility of maintaining a facade to act in one way on the surface when actually experiencing something quite different. Being oneself leads to real relationships, and the acceptance of self leads to change. A self-actualizing person is a real person. When a self-actualizing human being sees another self-actualizing person walk past, he cannot help but say, "Hey, now there is someone real."
That's
How
true.
one becomes what one is.
So real quick, this is Striking Thoughts by Bruce Lee. This is an accumulation of teachings from his works, in his own personal works, and the guy reading it does a really good job at sounding like Bruce Lee. And again, I think it's very powerful. And Mama, I'm glad you enjoy it. Also, anyone else who enjoys it, very happy that you're here. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to it.
Self-actualization is the important thing. And my personal message to people is that I hope they will go towards self-actualization rather than self-image actualization. I hope that they will search within themselves
Thank
for
you, Mama.
honest self-expression.
And TVD.
Absorb what is useful.
Amen.
Research your own experience. Absorb what is useful. Reject what is useless. And add what is essentially your own. True individualism is self-sufficiency. Evaluation by others is not a guide for me. Only the self-sufficient stand alone. Most people follow the crowd and imitate. The self-actualized seek freedom and purity. Those who distrust the life-giving force within them, or who have none, are driven to compensate through such substitutes as money. When a man has confidence in himself, when all he wants in the world is to live out his destiny in freedom and purity, he comes to regard all those vastly overestimated and far too costly possessions as mere accessories. Pleasant perhaps to have and make use of, but never essential. To actualize, one must listen. Stop wasting time in playing a role or a concept. Instead, learn to actualize yourself, your potential. The main thing is to listen, to understand, to be open is one and the same. The path to self-realization is the most difficult. We acquire a sense of worth either by realizing our talents, or by keeping busy, or by identifying ourselves with something apart from us, be it a cause, a leader, a group, possessions, and the like. Of the three, the path of self-realization is the most difficult.
Suprio, thank you for
It
your
is taken
comments.
when other avenues to a sense of worth are more or less blocked. Self-realization is enlightenment. Satori in the awakening from a dream. Awakening and self-realization and seeing into one's own being, these are synonymous. The sacred journey is taken alone. Each man must seek out realization himself. No master can give it to him. The image creates dependency. If you disown yourself to play an image, concept of yourself, you will become the target. You will become dependent. Playing the concept wastes valuable energy. Playing the concept strengthens our negativeness, prevents us from seeing, and above all, wastes a lot of energy.
Sorry, how
Instead of using this energy creatively for our own development. Be alert. question and find out. The important thing for you is to be alert, to question, to find out, so that your own initiative may be awakened. Self-help. There is only self-help. I have come to discover through earnest personal experience and dedicated learning that ultimately the greatest help is self-help, that there is no other help but self-help, doing one's best, dedicating oneself wholeheartedly to a given task, which happens to have no end, but it's an ongoing process. Admitting mistakes. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. There is no external help. The problem lies in asking somebody else to solve your own problem instead of asking yourself. I can give you 10,000 of my ways, but they are my way, not yours. An individual's questions are answerable only by the individual himself, and nothing would be gained by his sitting in on a recital of mine. The medicine for suffering is within. The medicine for my suffering I had within me from the very beginning, but I did not take it. My ailment came from within myself, but I did not observe it until this moment. Now I see that I will never find the light unless, like the candle, I am my own fuel, consuming myself. Self-help comes in many forms. Self-help comes in many forms. Daily discoveries through choiceless observation, honesty, as we always wholeheartedly do our best, a sort of indomitable, obsessive dedication, and above all, to realize that there is no end or limit to this, because life is simply an ever-going process. The key to liberation is within. Each man binds himself. The fetters are ignorance, laziness, preoccupation with self, and fear. He must liberate himself while accepting the fact that we are of this world, so that in summer we sweat, in winter we shiver. Self-reliance. Self-reliance. Find your own need, your own qualification. To conquer oneself. A man is born to achieve great things if he has the strength to conquer himself. To see oneself is to be clear of right. Unfinished situations. We carry much of the past with us only as far as we have unfinished situations. The greatest victory is over oneself. Self-conquest is the greatest of victories. Mighty is he who conquers himself. Learn your nature in order to control it. In order to control myself, I must first accept myself by going with and not against my nature. Everybody has to think for himself. May not be a right way for someone who is quick. Each person must understand his weaknesses and his strengths. Self-knowledge. Know thyself. It is later than you think. Know yourself. The answer within. Instead of establishing rigid rules and separative thoughts, we should look within ourselves to see where our particular problems lie. and our cause of ignorance. You see, ultimately, all type of knowledge simply means self-knowledge. You must look for the truth yourself and directly experience every minute detail for yourself. Self-knowledge involves relationship.
Thank you, everyone who's listening.
To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. Relationship is a process of self-revelation. Relationship is the mirror in which you discover yourself. To be is to be related. The liberating quality of self-knowledge. When you're faced with looking at your own life with awakened eyes,
Dominic Brandon.
Oh, I gotta mute you guys. Yeah, so I got a phone call from my coworker. We had a crazy day at work, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. All right. I got to find peace within myself. And all this guy's telling me about. You heard? Let's get back to it.
the liberating quality of self-knowledge. When you're faced with looking at your own life with awakened eyes, you will have increased a bit in the knowledge of yourself. In other words, your mental and physical abilities will become clear to you. And knowledge of anything outside of yourself is only superficial and very shallow. To put it another way, self-knowledge has a liberating quality. Man at his worst. A man is at his worst when he does not understand himself. When I first arrived, I did the Green Hornet television series back in 1965. And as I looked around, man, I saw a lot of human beings. And as I looked at myself, I was the only robot there because I was not being myself and I was trying to accumulate external securities, external technique, the way to move my arm, the way to move, but never to ask and learn what would Bruce Lee have done if, the word if, such a thing had happened to me? Criticizing others is easier than coming to know yourself. For it is easy to criticize and break down the spirit of others. But to know yourself takes maybe a lifetime. To take responsibility of one's actions, good and bad, is something else. After all knowledge simply means self-knowledge. The continuous peeling of self. My life, it seems, is a life of self-examination, a self-peeling of myself, bit by bit, day by day. More and more, it's becoming simple to me as a human being, as more and more I search within myself. And more the questions become listed. And not a question of developing what has already been developed, but of recovering what has been left behind. Though this has been with us, in us, all the time, and has never been lost or distant. The need to question. Oh, I know we all admit that we are intelligent beings. Yet, I wonder how many of us have gone through some sort of self-inquiries and or self-examining of all of these ready-made facts or truths that are crammed down our throats ever since we acquired the capacity and sensibility to learn. Learning to truly see. We possess a pair of eyes, but most of us do not really see in the true sense of the word. I must say that when the eyes are used externally to observe the inevitable faults of other beings, most of us are rather quick with readily equipped condemnation. True seeing, in the sense of choiceless awareness, leads to new discovery, and discovery is one of the means to uncovering our potentiality.
Yes, ma'am.
Look for your resentment. If you have any difficulties in communication with somebody, look for your resentment. Whenever you feel guilty, find out what you are resenting and express it, and make your demand explicit. Self-knowledge as the road to freedom. Freedom lies in understanding yourself from moment to moment. Attend to the inner self. The pursuit of pleasures deranges the mind of man. The love for wealth perverts the conduct of man. Therefore, the sage attends to the inner self and not to the outward appearance. Self-knowledge and intelligence. Intelligence is the understanding of self. Awareness versus robotics. Be self-aware rather than a repetitious robot. The transcendence. I have changed from self-image actualization to self-actualization. From blindly following propaganda, organized truth, etc., to search internally for the cause of my ignorance. Public esteem versus self-esteem. Esteem by others or self-esteem? Which is better? To value things or to value yourself? Which is better? To have more or to have less? Which is worse? The more you have, the more you have to lose. The more you value things, the less you value yourself. The more you depend upon others for esteem, the less you are self-sufficient. Self-knowledge is true mastery. True mastery transcends
We'll back
any
up just a little.
which is worse. The more you have, the more you have to lose. The more you value things, the less you value yourself. The more you depend upon others for esteem, the less you are self-sufficient. Self-knowledge is true mastery.
David and Lindsay house phone.
Oh my goodness. Be right back with you. Alright, we're back in the saddle again. And go.
The less you are self-sufficient. Self-knowledge is true mastery. True mastery transcends any particular art. It stems from mastery of oneself, the ability developed through self-discipline to be calm, fully aware, and completely in tune with oneself and the surroundings. Then, and only then, can a person know himself. Self-knowledge is the task of the living. While we are still alive, we have to discover ourselves, understand ourselves, and express ourselves. Self-expression. Head toward self-expression. Head towards self-expression and self-actualization, and not just a means of mediocre functioning or repetitious drilling on a chosen pattern. The importance of self-expression. Self-expression is important. Only the self-sufficient stand alone. Most people follow the crowd and imitate. Express the truth of your vision. One must not merely copy, but try to convey the significance of what you see. Self-expression makes for true relationships. To be neither occult nor complex, but open and simple. Thus, being one's true open self leads to true relationship. Towards self-expression, the only way towards self-expression is totally, immediately, without time, and you can express yourself thus when you are not fragmented physically or mentally. Honest self-expression is difficult. To express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, that, my friend, is very hard to do. Self-expression is the response to what is. When one is not expressing himself, he is not free. Thus he begins, and the struggle breeds methodic. Pretty soon, one is doing his methodical routine as response, rather than responding to what is. On growth. Personal growth. Growth is getting through role-playing and filling in the holes in the personality to make the person whole and complete. To grow, to discover, we need involvement, which is something I experience every day. Sometimes good, sometimes frustrating. Awareness of now and how. Anytime you use the words now and how and become aware of this, you grow. It's the remedy of reintegrating, taking back what is rightfully yours. The nature of growth. Growth is the constant discovery and understanding in one's process of living. Learning is boundless. I dare not say that I have reached any state of achievement. I'm still learning, for learning is boundless. The need to progress. Do not hold to what you have. It is like a ferry boat for people who want to get across waters. Once you have got across, never bear.
Getting it going again, guys.
It is like a ferry boat for people who want to get across waters.
Tell him I said
Once you
hey.
have got across, never bear it on your back. You should head forward. Discovery plus understanding equals growth plus learning. Daily discovery and understanding is the process of growth and learning. I am happy because I am growing daily and honestly don't know where my ultimate limit lies. To be certain, every day there can be a revelation or new discovery that I can obtain. The need to make new discoveries every day. I am improving and making new discoveries every day. If you don't, you are already crystallized, and that's it. Maturity versus maturing. There is no such word as maturity, rather maturing, because when there is a maturity, there is a conclusion and a cessation. That's the end. That's when the coffin is closed. On maturing. To mature means to take responsibility for your life and to be on your own. Maturing is the transcendence from environmental support to self-support. Growth is constant. Man is constantly growing, and when he is bound by a set pattern of ideas or way of doing things, that's when he stops growing. Age and discovery. You might be deteriorating physically in the long process of aging, but in your daily discovery, it's still the very same every day. You do not get better as you grow older. You only get wiser. To understand is to connect. The more we understand, the greater and deeper will be our contact with all that is around us. The growth aim. The growth aim is to lose more and more of your mind and come more to your sense. To be more and more in touch with yourself and the world, instead of only in touch with the fantasies, prejudices, etc. Frustration is a means of growth. People have to grow by skillful frustrations. Otherwise, they have no incentive to develop their own means and ways of coping with the world. Growth as a result of contrast. In the contrast of comparison, some new thing might grow. Mistakes as educators. When I have listened to my mistakes, I have grown. Simplicity. Profound simplicity equals common sense. A profound simplicity of common sense, the straightest, most logical way. True refinement seeks simplicity. The height of cultivation runs to simplicity. Halfway cultivation runs to ornamentation. The way of the simpleton. A simpleton lays down no first law, takes everything that happens as it comes, the simplicity of the truly sophisticated. Simplicity is the result of profound cultivation. Simplicity, the natural result of profound cultivation. The mark of genius is the capacity to see and to express what is simple. Simply. The really great Zen artist states the utmost in the minimum of lines or effort. Simplicity is hacking away the
Like the video.
unessential. It is not daily increase, but daily decrease. Hack away the unessential. The closer to the source, the less wastage there is. The semi-actualized talk to impress. False teachers of the way of life use flowery words. Simplicity is difficult. It is indeed difficult to convey simplicity. Simplicity is an inward state. Simplicity is an inward state of being in which there is no contradiction, no comparison. It is the quality of perception in approaching any problem. It is not simply when the mind approaches any problem with a fixed idea of belief or with a particular pattern of thought. Simplicity is the natural way. The natural way is compared with the ways of water, the female and the infant. That is the way of the weak. While there seems to be glorification of the weak, the strongest stress really lies with simplicity. Part 8 on ultimate final principles. Yin Yang. On Yin Yang. Yin and Yang are two interlocking parts of one whole, each containing within its confines the qualities of its complementaries. Etymologically, the two characters of Yin and Yang mean darkness and light. The etymology of Yang. The Yang, whiteness principle, represents positiveness, firmness, masculinity, substantiality, brightness, day, heat, etc. The etymology of Yin. The Yin, blackness principle, represents negativeness, softness, femininity, insubstantiality, darkness, night, coldness, and so forth. The basic theory underlying yin-yang. The basic theory yin-yang is that nothing is so permanent as never to change. In other words, is the extreme point. It becomes extreme inactivity will in the same way return to become activity, which is yang. Activity, then, is the cause of inactivity, and vice
I'll let y'all
versa.
see me for a minute so y'all can't trace
This
my
system
house.
of complementary increasing and decreasing of the principle is continuous. From this, one can see that the two forces, yin-yang, although they appear to conflict, in reality are mutually interdependent. Instead of opposition, there is cooperation and alternation. Yin-yang is not dualistic. The common mistake of the Western world is to identify these two forces, yin and yang, as dualistic. That is, yang being the opposite of yin and vice versa. At best, they see the two forces as cause and effect, but never paired like sound and echo, or light and shadow. Yin-yang, not yin and yang. You cannot use the word and when speaking of yin-yang, as yin-yang is never two, but rather poles of one interconnected process. Just as in pedaling a bicycle, you cannot just push or not push. Unless both legs are working together, you cannot get anywhere. Neither can be omitted or separate from the other. Why do we have to use this kind of thinking? It's like trying to move an elephant by pulling it. Very unnatural. We must follow the natural course, just like the up and down of pedaling a bicycle. If you try to pedal by just pushing or by just releasing, you would get nowhere and would never get to enjoy the beauty of the scenery outdoors. On the balance inherent in yin-yang. In the yin-yang symbol, there is a white spot on the black part and a black spot on the white one. This is to illustrate the balance in life, for nothing can survive long going to either extreme, be it pure yin, mere passiveness, or pure yang, mere activeness. Notice the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survive by bending with the wind. Extreme heat kills, and so does extreme cold. No violent extremes can endure long, but a sober moderation can. Therefore, positiveness, yang, should be concealed in negativeness, yin, and vice versa. Kun, yin, is the perfect complement to qian, yang. Kun, yin, the receptive, is the perfect complement of the qian, yang, the positive. The complement, not the opposite, for the receptive does not combat the positive, qian, but completes it. The receptive must be activated and led by the positive, qian. Only when it abandons this position and tries to stand as an equal side by side with the positive, does it become evil. Each is the cause and result of one another. The result then is opposition to and struggle against the positive, which is evil. It is the positive that begets things, but they're brought to birth by the receptive. The receptive accommodates itself to the qualities of the positive and makes them its own. Therefore, the receptive has no need of a special purpose of its own, nor of any effort, yet everything turns out as it should. The yin opens when it moves and closes when at rest. Be soft, yet not yielding, firm, yet not hard. On Zen and Yin-Yang. Zen has derived many of its concepts from the Chinese belief in balance, yin, which is feminine and gentle, and yang, which is masculine and firm. Having accepted that basic idea, another must be added. There is no such thing as pure yin or pure yang. Gentleness should cloak firmness. Firmness should be modified by gentleness. Yin-yang and the relationship of good and bad. Good and bad, or pleasure and pain exist, but for the other. Instead of opposites, they are complementaries, and each is a function each of the other. First of all, if I have not felt pain, how can I distinguish pleasure, or vice versa? Looking at the sky, I can distinguish a smaller star because of the big stars. And if there were no black sky at all, there will be no stars. It is not a matter to struggle between the good and the bad,
Yes, I do.
but to flow like waves on the water.
You were with me when I made a mask.
The way
right?
of yin-yang. When one wishes to expand, one must first contract. When one wishes to be strong, one must first be
It's
weak.
good to see you, buddy.
When one wishes to take, one must first give. Everything in this world has the alternative of existence and non-existence, positive and negative. Yin-yang and its relationship to Eastern and Western culture. Nothing is superior in every respect. The Occidental education is excellent in some ways, the Oriental in others. You will say, this finger is better for one purpose, this finger is better for another. But the entire hand is better for all purposes. There are good points in Chinese culture. There are good points in Occidental culture. Oriental culture and Occidental culture are not mutually exclusive, but mutually dependent. Neither would be remarkable if it were not for the existence of the other. Yin-yang and its relationship to man and woman. No woman should follow passively. She must learn that there is an active way of following. She must have what the Occidentals call backbone. By the same reasoning, no man should be totally firm. His resolve must be softened by compassion. Yin-yang represents things do have their complementaries, and complementaries coexist. In trends. Nothing, possibly the beholder more quickly. The beholder more quickly. In any case, it is really boring to that extent that they all go to extremes. Yin-yang and chatterboxes. The more volubly one talks, the quicker will come his exhaustion. Totality. Do not cling to partiality. Do not cling to partiality, however fantastic. See things from totality. Be affected by the totality of creative energy. Move playfully serious from the creative tide, primordial creative energy, affected by it totally and not a mere fragment. Totality and enlightenment.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop there. Raise your hand if Raise your hand if you enjoyed that. Just rest my head. It's a lot to take in just now, y'all. Yep. And again, today is just one of my coworkers makes it tough for us sometimes. And had to get our supervisor involved. I think I need to spark something up or something. I gotta relax. My chest is, I'm just. So again, thank you all for vibing with me, riding with me, chilling with me. Oh man, that's like the third yawn in a minute, right? Yeah. So I just got home. Got someone coming to the house to pick up something. And I think we're gonna try to do takeout for the first time in a long time so nobody has to cook or nothing. Thought about even door dashing it because I get a percent off because I door dash, and I'm a platinum. Means I'm one of the top door dashers, and that's different than my 9 to 5 or 7 to 3, whatever. Don't judge me. Y'all judging me? Who's judging me? Mama, you judging me? I love you. Thank you for everything you did in this chat, talking. Thanks for the like and subscribe, comment. That really helps. Communicate with the people. That's like one of the biggest things that I think we could have. Like if nobody was in here responding or making sure, you're a good moderator, Mama. Thank you. Look, around my eyelids is getting red. We don't know why. Let it be known here. Just found out today. Y'all see it? Alright. I don't even know if I want to stink. I'd like to smoke some bud. I guess we'll find out soon. Go inside and see if I come back out. I kind of just need to listen to music. I can't listen to music on here without getting the copyright thing, and I don't know when they're gonna start doing that for the audiobooks, but I'm sure this will be copywritten. I don't own any rights to the book, and it won't be able to be monetized. But at least we're able to chill and bring people in and educate. I think it's a really good book. So. Trying to figure out the next book I'm going to read. Just thinking about doing the Book of the Dead. But it's a 10-hour audiobook. This one was 5. Normally I try to find up to 5, like 3-hour books. 2-hour books are easy. Bust out some books. I don't know how many books I've read this month. But because I only get 20 hours a month on Spotify, I try to get as many small books as I can. Oh man, Addie's home already? Cool. Oh, my little Tito. I guess I'll go see my girls. Hey, everybody, right now, if you're still looking at my pretty face, please just put a like on this. If you don't like this video and you're still here, I don't know why you're still here. So hit the thumbs down if that suits you better. Yeah, I figured that would start dropping people. You know, if you ask people, hey, like this video, they'll be like, meow, 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 meow. Like, oh, I was just looking at you, bro. My bad. I don't care about what you're talking about. I was just looking at the thing on your head. Like, yeah, I know. I know how it is. I tell you what, though, people are very stingy with that like button lately. But I know they like it. They love it. They want some more of it. And they try so hard. They can't rise above it. They don't know what it is. But the little gals love it. But I like it. I love it so much. Alright. You still here? I was going to leave, but no, but y'all are all still here. What do I do? Huh? Here, I'll just hit this. That way I don't have to stink and I don't have to go inside yet. That's another cool thing. TikTok, I can't drive. You can't drive and go live. And you can't smoke and stuff without it trying to say something or do something. You can't talk about sensitive situations. Or they'll just like won't let you get through. And YouTube doesn't let me play music. But then TikTok lets me play music. And Twitch lets me play music. So again, we're all in all these places. And depending on what I decide to do, if I want to listen to music and go live, if I'm riding somewhere, chilling somewhere, doing something, and I try to find like the time to go live. And it's so much, y'all. It's so much, y'all. Check out all this on social media, blah, blah. Go to the metamusee.com and check out our newsletter. Tomorrow is our 3rd monthly newsletter. We have our 2nd Artist of the Month coming out. What else? What's going on, y'all? We hit 1,100 and something odd subscribers on YouTube. So that's hot. Had a lot of people come through today. I did a live this morning that was right before that. So if ever you want to look and listen to more of the book, you know, it's called RIDEZ N EDUCATION. If I do rides and vibes, it's all music. I'm just riding and y'all get the same view as every day. I go to work, I come from work, I listen to music, or I read a book. I'd like to give a little tip. I'm using my phone to hotspot to my old phone. And that's what's going live right now, so I can play music or the book on Bluetooth. Hotspot's where it's at. If you pay for it, use it, alright? And a lot of us pay for unlimited hotspot. Nobody uses it. I use it. If you have somebody like a child or something in your house, and you have a phone or something that can get on the internet or something, hotspot it for a little bit, you know, you have that power, you know. They don't have access to the, whatever, I mean, granted Wi-Fi, I guess, like, that's kind of how the tablet works, but whatever, I'm talking about this in real time, y'all get over it. But yeah, hotspot is how this phone's able to go, and I think, again, just the utilization of hotspot is undervalued. But trying to hit this thing the whole ride home, too, just, I was like, man, I could just smoke a blunt when I get home. I don't have a cigar. I did not want to stop anywhere. Somebody comment and let me know if y'all hear me or am I just talking to myself. That's okay. I guess that's the point of this live stuff in the car. It's odd. That's why I like just music in the book, you know. Follow us on your favorite social media I feel like I say that and it's like everybody would leave, but now we have 10 people and it's like, okay, follow us on social media. Hit the like button. I bet that's the one. Hit the like button, everybody. If y'all want to talk about something, hit me with it. But if y'all don't, I'm about to hop off so I can listen to some music. But y'all are giving me time viewed, and I really need that. We hit the 1,000 subscribers. We have like 1,500 hours watched, so I'm halfway to the hours watched to be able to get monetized. You all being here really helps, because I need authenticity, right? I need this way to just be able to be myself and people see it. And I like doing this. It's like creating that content you don't want to do. It's like, well, I'll just go live while I'm doing what I do anyway. That's the best I got. I'm not going to tell people what I'm going to do. I'm going to just show them what I'm doing. I think that's the way. Mr. Platinum. Happy 420, everyone. Cheers. Bing. For one time. You ever feel like someone's watching you? You feel like you're talking to yourself? Me too. All right. I think that's all she wrote. I'm going inside with craziness, y'all. But I love them. Turn off the car. Turn off the Bluetooth. Should I turn off the live then? Is that what time it is? Ooh. Thank you, Bobby. Cheeseburger restaurant. So, Chili's often has some kind of super duper special burger that I can like add to, and it's nice size. You know, they make, you know, it's not frozen. You know, it doesn't taste frozen. But then you can add stuff to it. So like sometimes they have pulled pork and smoked sausage on top of. So I like decked out huge burgers. And I always think about Chili's, like if I'm like, where am I going to go local to where I am for a good burger? Yeah, it's like Applebee's or Chili's, man. You met your stepdaughter there. Like y'all went there to eat sometime? It's nice and peaceful in here now, right? It's like, oh. What's your favorite cheeseburger place, Bobby? I feel like now I'm doing the whole TikTok live thing, like, oh, I'm waiting on comments. Oh, yep, you're here. Yep, yep. Don't have much to add to life. Yep. I'm just chilling. So if y'all want to do anything right now to support the Meta Musee, go follow us on your favorite social media that's not YouTube. Go to our website from the link that tells YouTube somebody liked us enough to go to our website, and the link that helps. It's kind of like a like, you know what I'm saying? So go to our website. And again, if you want to get a monthly email from a museum that highlights artists and what we're doing, sign up for the free email newsletter. Okay? It's about all we try to offer everybody to keep them up to date on what we have going on. Did you catch that? Go to our website. Email newsletter. It's free once a month. I don't spam you. What else? What's your favorite social media platform? We're there. What's your favorite streaming platform? We're there. And you will catch me again live Monday. May be in the morning, may also be then in the evening on my way home. And I may even go for the third one while I'm at 3 a.m. The museum's IRL representative. And we just vibe and drink and smoke and go eat wings. Talk, chop, shop, chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. Does that sound good? Will you be there? Again, I do my best to go live Monday through Friday on my way to work, on my way home. And again, on Monday, we go live at 3 a.m. So if you want to follow up with us, hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you there. Cool? Capiche? Capache? Capuche? Talk to me. Did you go do that? Did you go to our website? I didn't think so. Hit that like button. Tell me you're here. I'm checking out. I'm just letting it ride because I'm still getting people showing up. Y'all, I tried to leave 20 minutes ago. What are y'all here for? Thank you so much for being here. Oh, telling you what. Who else likes it's like crazy. Who likes Chili's here? Do y'all like Chili's? Do y'all get their big burgers? What's your favorite burger joint? Bobby said Chili's goes hard. Hi, heads. Why am I still here, you ask? No, the question is, why are you still here? Every time I say something stupid like that. Hello, how are you? My name is David Hayes, the founder of the Meta Musee, and this was RIDEZ N Education. We read like almost the full part 7, part 6, part 7, and then we tapped into part 8. So we're on the final run of the book. So if you enjoyed the book today, and if you missed it, please go back and listen. We did Striking Thoughts by Bruce Lee. It was just a ride and vibe. Again, just views and a chance to be able to read a book while you're watching somebody's live, and just vibing, So thank you. Do it almost every day. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say this one more last time. Go to our website, link in bio. It helps the algorithm. And then there you can see free email newsletter once a month, our Musee monthly. We highlight artists in our museum. And yeah, we're trying to build our email list. Simple as that. So please and thank you. Goodbye. We are the Meta Musee, for we are many, but we are one. Expect us. My name is David Hayes. I'm the founder of the museum. And this was my ride home. Peace out. Hope to see you again. 8 people coming in when I'm trying to leave. How do I get off of here with 8 people? Huh? Who's here? All right, 3. 3's better. 3's company too, though. Thank you so much for everybody being here. I really can't express it. This was a fun live because I'm a little stressed and tense and pissed, so it's all gravy, baby. You heard me? Peace out. You waiting? Are you waiting? What if I just go? You think people will show up? He'll leave, right? 2 people, 3 people. Okay, peace out. Love y'all.